Hello and welcome to Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center as it is officially basketball season in Knoxville. Tennessee men's basketball got the season started on the right note. 80-42 over Tennessee Tech is going to be your final score. And before we jump into a little bit of our thoughts, I want to quickly touch on kind of the headline of the day. Zakai Ziegler, less than 9 months from tearing his ACL a year ago on this court, was back tonight. A minutes restriction, but it didn't really necessarily seem like he didn't play as much as he would have if he was fine, just because of the way the game went. Finishes with 12 minutes, 23 seconds on the court, so a good workload for him. 1 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point land, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. 5 assists and a steal. So a good night for Zakai Ziegler as he works his way back. Still a minute restriction going forward. Wisconsin coming up this Friday. He won't be fully active still, but it's good to see him work his way back earlier than I personally expected, and I think earlier than a lot of people expected to see Zakai. Let's talk about the offensive production, though. 80 points in the game. Kind of who was the one that was leading the charge for Tennessee?
Yeah, the transfers again. I mean, Dalton Connect and Jordan Gainey, those two, especially Dalton, have been kind of, they kind of highlighted Tennessee's 2 exhibition wins. That win at Michigan State, obviously. Dalton Connect led in scoring. He leads in scoring again tonight in Tennessee's opener, scores 17 points. And then Jordan Gainey, a guy who kind of kick-started Tennessee offensively. It was kind of a slow start for them. They get the 4 quick points and then go through a 2 or 3 minute stretch without getting anything there. And then about a little near that midway point of the first half, Jordan Gainey kind of kickstarts it with back-to-back scores on 2 straight possessions. Ends up finishing with 14 points. So, those are 2 guys that, especially Dalton Connect, you expected a guy that, came in with a pretty good resume with what he was able to do at Northern Colorado, averaged 20.2 points per game there. And man, he's lived up to that and more, I think, so far for Tennessee. You were interested to see what he was able to do, in a game that counted. Obviously comes through with leading the team. And then Jordan Gainey, obviously with the kick-starting the offense there, comes in off the bench early, and a guy that missed practice leading into this game because he was sick. So went out there and did a pretty good job for a guy who hadn't practiced in a couple of days.
Yeah, Jordan Gainey, a flu game for him, if you will. Also, Tobe Awaka, we were told, also dealing with illness, was able to battle through it and had himself a good game as well off the bench. But what is Rick Barnes' team's known for? Defense. They had a good offensive game, but it was also a really good defensive performance as well. 12 points at halftime for the Golden Eagles. That is insane. I don't care who you're playing. That is a very impressive mark to reach. Dalton Connect with 14 points at the break, outscoring Tennessee Tech by himself by the halftime mark. So a really impressive defensive performance from Tennessee to get things started. By night's end, Tennessee Tech's up to 42. They scored 30 in the second half, but you're getting reserves in. You're taking your foot off the gas. It's a little understandable. Still a really impressive mark. You look at the shooting splits, and you're shooting 14 for 51 from the field. From three-point land, 2 for 12. So Tennessee's defense locked down, did a really impressive job. And that's 1 through 5, because Tennessee's not going to really let you play.
Right.
Rick Barnes isn't going to let you play unless you are fundamentally sound, putting in the effort, doing what you need to do on the defensive end. And we even heard him talk about a redshirt freshman, Freddie DeLeon, saying he was really impressed with how hard he tried on the defensive end, made some mistakes, but was out there kind of showing the ability to want to perform on that side of the ball as well. That'll do it from us here today. We'll be back with more football coverage this week as we travel to Missouri this weekend to cover the Vols' clash with the Tigers. Men's basketball will be taking a trip to Wisconsin on Friday. We'll have coverage from that. And the Lady Vols get their regular season slate started tomorrow against Florida A&M. And then on Thursday, baseball kind of wraps up their fall practices with their Orange and White World Series. So we'll have all the coverage you need across Tennessee athletics as we are in the busiest part of the year for sports, but it's a fun time here in Knoxville. Links to everything you need is in the description, and thank you for watching.